Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. I'm Sarah Vantine here with Ted Ings. Today we are at Paragon Honda, and Ted, lots of conversation around CPO sales and strategies that dealerships can implement in their dealerships.
Paragon has been a leader in CPO sales. What a great panel we have here. Brian Benstock is here. Andrew Diffenderfer is here. Steve Greenfield is here.
I feel like I'm not worthy to be up here with Brian.
No, you're worthy, but
No, I'm not worthy.
and CPO.
You're the man that wrote the book.
CPO is a wheelhouse of ours and a strength of ours, so it's a good panel to have. And Chris Limbert from Reynolds and Reynolds is here as well. So
It's an
we
exciting.
won't hold that against him. Thank you.
Well, Brian, I want to kick things off with you. What role does service history and customer trust play in driving stronger CPO sales?
Well, customer history is everything. I think the data, devil's in the detail. And today, acquisitions are on everyone's mind. Where do you get the cars? How do you source the cars? And we're trying to create a used car factory at the dealership. The sales and service initiative started out in 2008 as something to get ourselves out of the recession, and it became a complete business within the business. There's nothing that when you sell a used car and you take a vehicle exchange, you sell a new car, you sell a used car, and you're selling a service RO, and you're increasing the profit center in the dealership. That's really been our strategy, right? With this guy and I came up with a formula: E equals PO squared, and exchange equals a profit opportunity squared. And we said P to the three, and you get 3 bites of the parts apple. New to the one, used to the one, F and I to the five, and so it's really the single best way to increase the profitability as a dealership is to work on that vehicle exchange.
Well, you said to me, let's make our service lane a top 100 dealership in the US.
Yes.
And the mission there was very simple. We knew in advance, we did advance. So we had 100 people coming in a day. We'd say 20% of those are in equity and they all get a presentation. And they all have the ability to convert to a sale. Then why are we talking to them? Because we can do that 10 times before this door even opens here. And we had success in that. And then we got to 70 and then 80 and then 90. I remember we suffered.
Yeah, and the certified used car department went from really nothing to 1,000 cars a year, and then we got to 1,000 cars a year, and it made an audacious goal. I said, let's double that to 2,000. Like, this guy's never satisfied. I'm sorry, if we double your income, man. And we got to 2,000 cars, and it was great. And then we said, you know what? Let's go to 3,000 cars. And can you believe the certified used car, not the used car department, certified used car department got over 3,000 cars sold off of the big lot at the dealership, and it's been really a spectacular run. And to your point, a real business within the business. To your point is.
Well, Steve and Chris, what other pieces do you see broadly? I mean, with service history and customer trust being a priority in the CPO process.
I mean, I think it's a big ecosystem, right? We need the customers to trust us enough to service their vehicle, but while they're servicing their vehicles with us, we want to acquire that vehicle. The service lane is the best place to acquire a CPO vehicle, so we can trade that vehicle in and sell them a new vehicle. And as you guys mentioned, trying to use that rental market and generate your own CPO vehicles is brilliant. So I like what you're doing here.
I just add, I mean, CPO has always been this nice bridge car, right? You've got used cars, you've got new cars. For the consumer now, we know that affordability is an issue. For a consumer that might come in on a new car, really want a new car, but they're talked off the ledge because they just can't qualify for that vehicle at a price that they can afford, CPO is a good transition vehicle for them. There's lots of profit, as Brian's talked about, for the dealer, but at the same time, for a consumer who's aspiring to get into a new, it's a good sort of like intermediate step.
Well, and Steve, affordability is big. One of the big things we're saying is how many cars do you have on the lot that are under $30,000? And you can't say that for a new car.
Right.
But you can say that for a used car. Giving fish the food they like to eat helps us protect the brand. And certainly with Honda's program, it's been a big lifeblood for the dealership.
And imagine if you knew what was on the demand side. Imagine if you knew what the customers wanted, and then you went into your DMS, not DMS, you went into your IMS, you used your intelligence management system to find out all those cars that were in your database that matched the demand, and then you made a proposition to those people to take them out of that car and put them into a brand new car. Wouldn't that be great? So instead of having data, we had intelligence to help us match that up. I think that's where this is going, and that's what we're really excited about. Andrew, talking about affordability, I saw an interview that Brian did just recently
that talked about how the average new vehicle is $50,000 today. How has the role of CPO evolved from simply being a lower cost option to a long-term trust and retention strategy for dealerships like Paragon?
It's an access point. Some people are just used car buyers. A lot of people don't consider themselves for car buyers. And when you can give them a product like a Honda or something that has an extended warranty and you can get that for a fair price with a fair rate, the cars are financed. And then the ability to now lease those cars changes the game for a lot of us because we see that as multiple bites at the apple. And then we're retaining those customers. They have to come back maybe for the next.
It's got a fishing hook on it. We're gonna bring it back and sell it again and again. I mean, come on, it's right out there. And we talk about this, and people say, "Why do you talk about all your secrets?" It's not a secret. You do this. You do. It's my customers. You can do it with your customers. It doesn't hurt me. It's better retention for us, better retention for the brand, and then grow that database. That's really what we're looking to do.
Steve, what are you seeing happening around the country? CPO sales and the focus on that now, as again, as we mentioned, affordability, average new vehicle over $50,000.
I don't think dealers have a choice. Like he said, I mean, when the average new car is 50 grand, and that means half the cars sold in America are above 50 grand.
Right.
We got an affordability issue. You got this K-shaped economy where you got a lot of people that are struggling and they come in and they have no option for new. They can only aspire to get into new. CPO is a great kind of transition vehicle for them. And as Andrew said, if you can then lease them, all the better.
And I think that's really the next frontier. There is you're getting newer cars that have a longer lifespan that we can lease and keep those payments. It's really all about the monthly payment. Keep that monthly payment someplace that's affordable. Because you've got the pressure also on insurance premiums going up. You've got the driver there is where you store the vehicle, parking for many of our people in Queens. None of those expenses related to this automobile purchase are going down. They're all going up. So the customers are feeling the pressure. So if we can have a way to release that pressure by offering CPOs, if we can have a way to release that pressure by offering CPOs as a low cost lease, then I think we can really benefit and help the market and benefit the dealers.
It also fills a gap. You have the production cycles are really weird right now. COVID has still evaporated the market for quality used cars. And I'm amazed at the amount of dealerships that still send a car to auction. And that means you're probably not trading the right cars. And the reality is you need them here. I mean, there's certain manufacturers right now that literally will not have product launches till 2028. And CPO is the gap that can be a new product launch in the interim for a 2-year-old vehicle that you could lease for a very favorable payment. So you've got to get in the game to be part of it. But it just, as Brian said, it's a life cycle that fuels the profitability of the store.
Andrew, it's fascinating. I mean, again, talking CPO and leasing, that's often something you don't hear used in the same sentence across the industry, and it's a unique opportunity. Chris, I'm curious from your perspective, how do these elements really help instill trust?
Absolutely. And CPO customers typically, in my opinion, are going to be the ones that service and plan to keep their vehicle long term. So they're going to trust the dealership to service and maintain the car in order to keep it long term. And the better job we do upselling them on all of our services, the better success they're going to have with that vehicle. So that builds the trust as well. And when we can provide videos and pictures and the right type of inspections from our service drive, that helps build the trust with them as well.
Mine's are keep.
That's our key.
That's real summer.
Exciting opportunities, Ted. There's a lot to think about when it comes to CPO strategy, and Paragon's one of the leaders in the industry.
And I continue to lead the industry, so it's a great opportunity to be here with the leaders at Paragon and everybody in the panel here today. I'm Ted Ings with Sarah Vantine. We're here in Queens, New York, and we will be right back.